Okay, so the first time you log in, or if you haven't already done this yet and you have logged in, go to myupdox.com and click on Practice Fusion. Click Sign with Practice Fusion, and then you'll have a step you can't see here, which is it'll say like I agree to terms that you just click on, and then you click on Sign In. It'll take you to this screen, which you'll probably almost never use. And we'll talk about it a little bit later. You're going to spend almost your whole life in terms of video chat in this page, which is the summary video chat page. And you can access this in any chart. It doesn't have to be the actual patient you use. Like I'm in test. You click that button and it'll take you to that main page. It won't take you to that other inbox page. And this is where your patients will be waiting for you. It's like, it says my room, my waiting room. Okay. So let's pretend it's a normal day. You log into Practice Fusion. You can go to any chart, doesn't matter which one, and then click on video chat. So if you've already logged in, this is all you have to do on Monday for any telehealth visit. Now, I've already sent myself a link just a few seconds ago, and then on my phone, I'm going to click the link, and then I'm going to click on allow access to microphone and to the camera, and you'll see that those things will turn green right there, and they all have to be green or it won't let you start the video chat. So if one's yellow, it means that they didn't allow access for some reason, and they'll usually figure it out. But if they're having a tech issue early in this, don't you do it. Like, tell the MAs to do it. Have them call the patient and say, hey, you've got to click allow access to microphone. I'm sure as people get used to this, we're going to run into some of those issues. But as long as they don't screw that up and they just click allow, just like I'm about to do here on my computer. And you won't have to do that every time. Just maybe once a day you have to hit allow access to your camera and microphone on your device that you're using. So that's my computer, and then I'm joining the session that my cell phone's already on. Yeah, cell phone's on the right, so that's what your patient will look like, and that was me on the left. You can end the visit, and this is where you could put notes. I think there's no reason to leave notes here. I think you don't touch anything. We want to save time. Just click send summary to inbox. You don't need to type or do anything. And you don't have to copy paste timestamps or anything like that. You're just literally going to click send summary to inbox. And then that's really all I want you guys to do. This might change in the future, but that will be a permanent recording. Updox told me for 14 years. They will save any information that we have. If for some reason you want to access the information, this is where you'd go to your inbox and you can click, I think either of these, video chat summary or video chat. It'll show you a summary of the visit. So if you go click on that image, I'm not going to do it, but it'll show a timestamp. It'll show the IP address, any information you would need in terms of like proof, I guess, that we worked with the patient. If you want to attach it into Practice Fusion for some reason, again, it seems like a big waste of time, but if you want to do it, you can search for the specific patient that you saw. I'm going to demonstrate using test. It's going to have the provider that spoke with them. You can name the document telehealth or whatever. And then you don't have to fill out all these other sections. You can just pick today's date. You don't even have to enter that. And then click sign. And then you're going to send it. Now, when you do this, it actually will be in Practice Fusion instead of on the Updox servers. So maybe if you had a really crazy visit, something really unique where you really wanted some sort of proof, like if somebody did something crazy on camera, is kind of the only situation I could imagine. So if you see somebody like attack someone or have a seizure or something. Aside from that, I probably wouldn't use any of that, okay? Now, to customize your setup, you can go into settings. You can change your name. So this is how I want mine to appear on their text messages. And when they show up in the waiting room, this is how it'll be listed on top. I've also put a little greeting in mine. I would recommend doing something real similar to this. This just says, we'll be with you as soon as possible or as close to your appointment time. If you need assistance, please call the office at the phone number that I'm typically at. This grant access part we're going to talk about in just a second. But essentially, it's pretty customizable. If you're not, because everybody hates Safari, I guess, you can't run the backgrounds on Safari. So use Chrome if you want to use some of those other features. If you have a super dirty room or the office looks crazy or something. And you can run a device test before you talk to patients. So I recommend doing this if you haven't done this, to make sure that the camera you're using works, that the microphone works, that the operating system is good. We don't want to run into a problem like on Monday and nothing works. So that's basically it. You can do phone calls from here too, but insurance isn't happy about that. So, yeah. Okay, let's move over to granting access to others. We're all going to need to do this. This isn't something I can do for you. You're going to go into settings by the end of the day today, if possible, or you could do this Monday morning even, and you're going to search for any of the MAs that you work with, okay? I would do any MA you work with at both clinics. So you just type in their name, and then where mine says revoke access, it'll say grant access. So you'll just click grant access for each of those providers. This is how they can send links to your patients without getting your Practice Fusion credentials.